let us understand Git branching and merge, right. We understood that in Git we can create file, and when I want to make some changes as a developer, there is a main file, right, there is a main file. So, there is a main file, this is my main branch, main. I want to make some changes. So, I can I can clone it in my local, by creating another branch. In this branch I can make the changes, Once I make the changes in this branch, then I have to commit it back to the main line. These changes what I am making, whatever I am making should be reflected in the main, it should appear here again. So, I should have another main commit here which are reflecting in this. So, this was the original one, existing one, I made the changes, now this is the final one, right. So, we have to create a branch. Okay, let us understand how do we create branch, why we have to create a branch, and what all stuff we do in branching and merging of Git, right. Let us understand this with an example. Let us say you are already working on a project and you have already done certain commits, you have committed C0, C1, C2. It means there is a project and you have worked on it already. You wrote 2 lines first and you committed it C0. Then with C you wrote 2 more lines, 3 more lines and you committed it C1. Again you wrote 1 more line and you committed it as C3. Okay, so this is your final current project. Okay, so you made some commits in that. Currently your master means the current branch, the main branch, current version of the or the final version of the project or the code is this. It is here. You made some changes, right? You are here. Okay, now you are already working on this. You have already made the project. Now you wanted to your manager gave you a new request. Your manager told you to make a new change. So, what is the current version? C2. You have to work on the C2 version. Your manager gave you one change, right. So, let that be issue number 53. Let that change name some number, let it be issue number 53, which your manager told you have to work on it. So, what is the approach here? You have to create a new branch. Where you have to work? You have to work in C2 only, because this is the latest version, and this is my new branch, ISS issue number 53. Okay, right. So, what I have to do? We have to create a new branch. Okay, let this be as it is. You create a new branch. You work on this new branch, later commit it back, right. So, to create a new branch and switch to it at the same time, you can get the git checkout command, right. So, you can give like this, git checkout -b issue number 53. I am creating a sub branch for this C2. This is the main line. I am not touching the main line. I am creating a branch. Okay, I am creating a branch, that is issue number 53. So, I am using the command git checkout -b. I am giving some name. This name can be anything. You can give any name. Just to track the work, I am giving the number. I am giving the name issue 53. Basically, you can give to these two commands. First, you can say create a branch, git branch issue number 53. You can create a branch, then check out it, or in shortcut you can do it like this. Anything is fine. Okay, so what is the first step I am doing? I am trying to create a branch. Okay, after creating branch, it looks something like this, right. Your master is here. This is your final code. This till here it is the final code, this one, right. Now you made some changes. Your manager told you have to work on a requirement issue number 53. You made some changes. Okay, what you did? You made a copy of this C2 and named it as C3. You made a copy of this C2 and made it as C3. Okay, you have not touched anything here. This side you have not touched anything. Your final code is still that only, right. So, now you created a branch C3 and you made commits. You made the commit. Let that commit be called as C3, right. Okay, so now where is the old code? It is here in C2. In C2, what is the change you made? That is C3, right. So, you work on your website and do some commits. You made some commits. Doing so moves the issue 53 branch forward. Because of this, what happened? A new commit has been created. A new commit C3 has been created now. Where did you make this commit C3? On top of C2. On top of C2, right? Because you have checked, you have it checked out. You have taken C2 and then made a changes. A new commit came C3 with the name of issue 153. Okay. Next. Now that now you understand this scenario, it's very important to understand this example. Now you get a call that there is an issue with the website, you need to fix it immediately. Okay, you, because of your change, you made a change C3, right? This is the older one. And after making this change, there is some issue in this C2. Okay, right? And you need to fix it immediately. Okay, with Git, you don't have to deploy your fix along with issue 53 changes. See, this is my part. Okay, this is existing. I made a copy of this C2 and I am working on this separately. Okay, when I was working on this C3, suddenly in C2 some issue came. Some problem has appeared here. Okay, now since you started making changes, you had a copy with you C3, you need not commit this to C2. First go back, fix the change. What is the problem? That you have to fix it, because yours is not yet completed. You are just working on it and you got a call saying that there is some issue and you have to fix it immediately. Okay, so you don't have to deploy your fix. Whatever changes you are doing some fix in C2. Whatever changes you are doing in C2, the fix you are doing with C2, you need not club it with your C3. Okay, you don't have to put a lot of effort into reverting those changes before you can work on applying your fix. Simply what you have to do, you are working here, you got a call, there is some issue in C2, you just switch here, you leave this, you hold this and switch back to the master, right? So you all have to do is just switch back to master branch, come back to master branch, make changes here. So how to come back to master branch? Git checkout master, git checkout master. Because of this, what happens? You have switched back to the master node now. This is still there. C3, the C3 changes are there. They have not been erased. The changes have been there with you in your local. Okay, you went back to C2 and you made the changes. At this point, your project working directory is exactly the way it was before. Why? See, if C3 is not there, what was there earlier? Only this was there, right? Only this was there before C3 or before the new requirement. So at this point, your project working directory is same as before you started, and now you can concentrate on your hot fix. Means you are trying to resolve this issue at C2 first, because that is urgent. Your work can be done slowly. You have just started working on a new requirement, issue number 53, right? But existing application which is deployed, it is having some problem. So you left this all aside, and you went back to C2. In C2 you are making a fix. You are resolving that issue. Okay, this is important point to remember. When you switch branches, Git resets your working directory to look like it did the last time you committed on that branch. So when you switch, right, this working directory will be kept aside. You will be able to see only this as your working directory, right? It adds, removes and modified files automatically to make sure your working copy is what the branch looked like on your last commit. So before your last commit, whatever was there, in the same way you can see this. Now see what happened. See here, next you have a hot fix to make. So on C2 you left this, right? You left this untouched. You did not worry about this. Immediately you started making a change in C2 and you got a new commit C4. That is your fix. Okay, how do you do that? Again, you will check out and then you will commit. See, fix broken email address. There was some issue in the C2 which you have fixed it. Git commit fix broken email address. Your message, you are giving a message, right? So understand this scenario. Again I will repeat it, what this scenario is. I had my project till this phase. Okay, I was given a new work to do. So I created a copy C3. Parallelly I was working on this C3. Okay, I created a branch and I made a commit here. That is not, this commit has not been clubbed into main line yet. I have created a branch and there I have fixed it. While doing that process, in the main line, a new problem came. Some email address issue came. So you left this C3 aside, you went to C2 back, you made that change in C2 and you made a new commit. Okay, you made a new commit on C2, that is called as C4. Right, that is what new commit you have made, that is C4. Okay, next, you can run your test, make sure that the hot fix is what you want and finally merge the hot fix with the master. Now, once I made this C4 and I committed it, now I have to merge this with the master. That is the main task, right? Only if you merge this to main line, see, it is something like this, C0, C1, C2, this is your master. You are working something on C3, suddenly one new change came, that is C4. You did work on C4. This C4 you have to merge it back to C2. It means indirectly you have to add C4 to the main line. You have to add C4 to the main line and make this as your master. That is the task here now. When you make that as master, it means commit C4, you have fixed that problem. Suddenly one problem came, right? That you have fixed it. And C4 become your latest updated file. Okay. C3 is still there. I will talk about C3, right? So now you can run your test, make sure the hotfix is what you want, and finally merge the hotfix with back into your master branch to deploy to production. Since you created a branch C4 and you are working on it, you are fixing the problem. Once you make it a fix, you have to deploy it to the main line. That is make C4 as the master. So for that you can git checkout master and git, see the command git merge hotfix. Git merge hotfix. So in the main line, you are merging this C4 to the master. Okay, right? Now see this. Now observe this diagram here. C0, C1, C2 and C4 came. C4 is your master. C4 also has your hotfix. C4 was the latest commit you made. C4 is your master now. Okay. Now, so you will notice the phrase fast forward in that merge, because the commit C4 pointed to by the branch hotfix that you merged was directly ahead of C2. See, where is C4? Ahead of C2. So it is just forwarding the commit. It is just forwarding the commit. That's why it is called as fast forward. There was a commit C1, C1, C2. There was an issue. You created a branch C4, and when you were working on C4, what was the master? It was just C2, just one step back. So there was no problem at all. It is just as simple as extending this commit to C4 and making this as master. This is called fast forward. Okay, right? Git simplifies things by moving the pointer forward, because there is no divergent work to merge together. There is no divergence. It's very simple and clear. Current master was C2. I got a problem. I made a fix. I called it as C4. Then I merged it with the main line and made that C4 as my master. It means my current project, my current latest version is C4, and that is my master. Okay, we are not yet talking about C3 here. Remember this. C3 is still aside. We have not brought it back to the main line, because I had to fix some problem. Right. So this is about the fast forward and how you have fixed the hot fix into your main line after this. Right. After your super important fix is deployed, you are ready to switch back to the work you were doing before, that is issue number 53. That issue you have resolved, C4, you made this as master. Now you can go back and work on this C3. Okay. So, however, first you delete the hotfix branch because it is no longer required. See, this hotfix branch is not required now. This is not required now. This hotfix branch is not required. I have to delete it. So, we can delete it using -d, git branch -d hotfix. What it will do? It will delete the hotfix. Then it will look something like this. See here now, just observe this diagram, this box. See, C0, C1, C2, C4, and this is my master. What is C4? That hotfix what I made, that issue what I made. This is all perfectly fine. Okay, right? Now, you can now switch back to your work in progress branch. You are working on C3, right? You are working on a new issue and you have made a small commit, that is C3 in your local branch, and continue working on it So, simply git checkout issue number 53 if you do, it will switch to that from the master main line to branch. Okay. Now, git commit, you make another commit here. You make another commit, you made some change, you made another commit, let it is called as C5. Okay. This line is clear now, this main line is happily working fine. You made a change C3, on top you made another commit C5. But are this C3, C5 on the latest one? No. What is the current? When I started working on issue 53, my master was C2. I cloned C2 and I started working on it. But in between somebody else made another change and master became C4. So, the C3 and C5 are based on the old commit C2 but not on C4. Right? Let us see what happens next. So, what you did? You simply went back to your C3, you made another commit C5 on as part of this requirement. As part of this requirement, you were making one change there, right? It is worth noting that the work you did in your hotfix branch is not contained in the files in your branch. See, whatever changes you made in C4 is not available in these two. Though you took it, because you took C3 from C2 only. Later you made another change C4. Is that updated in this C3, C5? No. What will happen? Either this C3, C5 is missing in the main line or the C4 is missing in this line, right? So, whatever changes you made in the hotfix, it is not available in your branch. In this line it is not available because this came after you started working on issue number 53, right? So, if you need to pull it in, you can merge your master branch into issue number 53 branch by running git merge master. Okay, let us see this. You understand my point? I will explain it once again. See here, we have come till this point. You have understood this nicely, right? The only problem is whatever changes I did after I started working on issue number 53, the C4, the updated code of commit 4 is not present in this. It is not present in the C3, C5. So, what we try to do, right? You can merge your master branch into your issue number 53 branch, or you can wait to integrate those changes until you decide to pull issue number 53 into master later. What you can do here? See, option number 1 is bring this C4 to this commit, this sub branch. Merge this C4 changes into this sub branch, or else take these two changes into main line. Anyway, you have to do it. Okay. Now, suppose you have decided that your issue 53 work is completed and ready to be merged into master branch. Whatever changes you wanted to make here, you made it, you completed it. Now, you want to merge it back to the main line, right? In order to do that, you will merge your issue number 53 branch into master, much like you merged your hotfix. Like we merged our hotfix, you have to merge this issue number 53 branch into master. Okay. So, all you have to do is check out the branch you wish to merge and then run the git merge command. So, check out the master and git merge issue 53. So, I am trying to merge the issue 53 into the master, right. So, it will become something like this. See here, let us understand this. So, this is my original one, right. My master is at C4, I have C3 and C5, right. So, here this hotfix is different, this merging is different. Why? Right. See, what I told, snapshot to merge into, you have to merge this C4, this C3, C5 have to merge here, right, or you can merge this C4 to this C5, any way you can do it, right. So, Git does a simple three-way merge using two snapshots pointed to by the branch tips and the common ancestor of the two, right. Now, understand, this is one branch, this is one branch, this is second branch, this is my second branch. Both of them have a common ancestor C2. C4 was made from C2, C3, C5 was made from C2. So, we make a three-way merge, see, something like this. Okay. Instead of just moving the branch pointer forward, Git creates a new snapshot that results from this three-way merge and automatically creates a new commit that points to it, right. See here, C2 is there, C4 is there, C3, C5 is also there. What you are doing? You are creating a new commit C6, you are creating a new commit C6. This is called merge commit, right. It is special that it has more than one parent. C2 was there, you made C4 separately, you made C3, C5 separately. Now, you want to merge them, right. So, we are doing a three-way merge, it is called as a three-way merge, right. So, what you are trying to do? Both the changes together you are committing, into C6. Okay, so you are creating a new commit which has more than one parent, right, and it is called as merge commit, right. Now that your work is merged in, you have no further need of this 53. You can close that, you can delete this branch 53, right. So, your final commit, the final change or the master is at C6. Okay, right. So, this is how Git branching and Git merge works. Okay. So, if you quickly summarize, if you see what we have discussed here, I will quickly summarize what we have seen. I already have a main line, I got a new requirement, that is issue number 53. What I did? I created a branch, I created a sub branch for that issue number 53 and I made a small commit. Okay. That is not merged with the main line. The C3 is not merged with the main line. In between, I got another fix, I got another problem, right. To solving that problem, what I did? I created commit C4 on top of C2, right. On top of C2, I made another commit C4, that is my hot fix. After this, I merged it, I shifted my master from C2 to C4, because C4 is my latest code after the hot fix, right. Then after that, I started working on my previous issue number 53. In this branch, I made another commit C5. Okay. The problem here is C4, the current master, does not have the updated C3, C5 in that, or the updated C3, C5 does not have the change C4. So, what we did here, right. So, we are trying to use a three-way merge strategy. What is three-way merge strategy? We have a common ancestor, we have two different paths, we are creating another commit, which has these two as the parents, right, something like this. Okay. Now, you do not need this issue number 53 anymore, so we can delete this branch. Okay. So, what is your main line now? So, this becomes your main line and C6 is your master. Like this, in between n number of people can come and work. You can always use the merge commit option to merge everybody's changes into a single fix, right. So, this is how Git branching and merge works. I hope you understood with this example of a small project working on two different things at same time. Somehow you are merging everything and coming to a final main line, that is C6 is your final commit. right? So this is about Git branching and merge strategy.